All right, guys. So I was just casually scrolling through like my For You page on TikTok today, and I have no actual video to show you because it's like from a Reddit, right? Gonna be linked in the bio. You know how I do.
Afternoon.
But I started listening to something, and it was about Bobby Lee, and it was really concerning. And I tend to like Bobby Lee, although after this I'm not sure I do. This isn't like a joke or anything. He apparently went on a podcast like a while ago, because this is from like almost a year ago, I think. And he said some really not great things. Let me just play it for you. I know that you probably think I sound like ridiculous right now, but let me just play this.
By yourself, you're deviant. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. You definitely don't see the younger crowd doing that.
So 22 Wednesday.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. This story could ruin my career.
Shut up. Come on.
And when I heard, because I saw like part of this on TikTok, and I was like, oh, it's probably something silly. Yeah.
It could ruin me.
What?
Bobby,
Yeah.
hold on.
Did you kill someone?
Nothing can ruin your career. Nothing can ruin Asa's career, and nothing can ruin my career. We're the three people here that have unruinable. You're a fucking comedian.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Thank you so much.
The only thing it can do is make your career
Nice
better.
pep talk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. You're my pillar and my strength. And okay, so anyway, I went down by myself, and the Adelita was packed with Marines, right? So I go, you know what? There's too many people, especially
I think he's in Taiwan in the story.
when they come down from the stairs, you want to grab them. Then
Sloppy
you know what I mean?
seconds.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Sloppy-
It's
Yeah.
gross,
Sloppy
right?
You don't want to
3,000.
know about.
Right. So there's a street in back of Adelita, and we used to call it Hooker Alley, right? And Hooker Alley had the really ugly ones that couldn't go in.
Nice.
And they had girls that we didn't know what their ages were.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Now I don't know what the ages were. I just said
Well,
that.
do you ever really know the age of a hooker? Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, listen, all jokes aside, because I know when it comes to comedy, like, there's usually more liberties given, because I get it, like, you know, the people are making jokes and stuff. But I mean, listen, a hot take: if you don't know the age of somebody, even if it's in a country where the age of consent, you know, it might be okay. Maybe don't. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's disgusting that we would have an age of consent that's under the age of 18 regardless. And that's a whole other conversation. So, you know, at the very least, if you are born in a country that understands age of consent better, you know, like the age of consent everywhere should be 18, right? Just because it isn't that in other countries, just because they may not be as educated on consent, it doesn't make it okay over there. It just means that there's a lack of, like, there's an ignorance, realistically speaking. But if you don't have that ignorance, just why do it? It seems gross. But let's continue.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat that. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
even at the hooker whorehouse, you don't know.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
guess.
In Tijuana.
Doesn't
Yeah,
make
you
it
never
okay.
know. Ever.
Yeah.
I'm
If
in
the most
Tijuana.
high-priced escort, do you really know her age?
And I also
No.
want to say this just to justify my action.
I love the framing is like already on board. It's not like they're hearing this and going like, okay, let me hear what you have to say. They're like, no, like I get it. Like I fucked a 5-year-old too. Like you never really know. It's like, what's happening here, bro? Like what's happening here? Like, why not just cheer him out? And like, let's say you're like, okay, maybe your take is like, oh, it was a long time ago, I forgive him or something, whatever. Like if that's your take, fine. But like to be like, no, like, I mean, how do you really know? You know, I would go out to the back and I would sleep with prostitutes and you never know another age. It's concerning. This is like the level of, this is just like the level of criticism.
I was young and I never got girls.
Sarah,
Ever.
how old were you?
Okay.
Sarah, how old are you?
Oh, 19.
What year were you born?
94.
All right.
Yeah.
No, 18 isn't as arbitrary as 21 or 25. Shut your mouth. You're being dumb right now. Like, by your logic, what do you think that we should be able to fuck 14-year-olds? Like, what do you mean by that? You're being you're unhinged right now.
That's right when that happened, when she was born. Okay. So I never got girls at all. Not even one.
How
Not even
long ago
one.
was this?
All right. I only started getting girls when I did stand-up comedy. Okay. So here's what it is. So anyway, I go to Hooker Alley, and then when you go walk down, they grab you, right?
They're very.
How old is Bobby Lee now? He's born in 1971. I was born, so he's like 50. Really? Wow, he's old. I guess this was a long time ago. It's like, damn. How how old is this motherfucker? They're giving me his date of birth, which is 1971. But I'm bad at math. I'm going to assume that he's like 50 something years old. Okay.
Very
They go,
aggressive.
Mister, right? They grab him, Mister, right? And you go, I'm an American, don't touch me. You know what I mean? That's what I used to do. I'm an American, right?
Do they call you Chino and
Yeah,
stuff?
Chino, you know what I mean? Like, Mister, and I go, don't touch me. And at the end of the thing, there was this girl, and she had her face toward the brick wall. She wasn't even facing out.
Oh my God, I know. where
And
this
that's
is
when I
going.
knew. That's when I knew she was the one.
Jesus.
Right?
She was like the fawns, just
Yeah. She was like kind of leaning,
She's
right? And I look, and she
Like,
looked like Natalie Portman.
Like, listen, man, I understand like the humorous aspect of it, and like, you know, I get that, but Jesus Christ, man, like we're talking about a girl that, because he's joking about how, like, you know, when you go down like the prostitute alley, like girls are like, they want to fuck you, they want to make their money or whatever. Now they're probably in most of those cases abused in some capacity, but this girl was faced the opposite direction. It's like, oh, I get the adding humor to this, but like we're getting to a point where we're literally going to describe a sexual assault. Like I've watched this, we're getting to this point.
what?
Yeah, but like in The Professional.
Natalie Portman from The Professional. That's like an older movie where Natalie Portman is a kid, and then she plays like a kid that ends up like befriending like an assassin or a hitman, and yeah, so she's obviously very young in that movie.
Not that young, but you know.
She looked like she's like 50.
I don't know. I don't know how.
Let's not put a number on it.
She looked-
Let's
she
not
looked-
put a number.
If
on
she
it.
I don't
looks
know the
50
number,
in
and
that
you know
movie.
what, God, I didn't know the number, and you know that for a fact, God. Okay.
She looked very young.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like if she looks young, like it sounds like he knows that she was young and that she looks young. He just doesn't want to admit that, you know.
She looked
So
like,
And you were very young.
I was very young too. Yeah.
23.
And I go, hey, you know, and she goes, you want to, you know, boom, boom, whatever. I go, yeah. So there's this place called the Miami Hotel at the end.
Nice.
Right? And it's
This
like,
place just sounds so classy.
it's straight out of the movie Seven.
So wait, you took her from Hooker Alley to the Miami.
Miami
Right.
Hotel. Yeah, yeah. Sticky floors. They had all those fly traps, the yellow sticky things that stick out. There were so many flies, right? And it was like thick. It was like a thick place.
Right.
You know what I mean? It smelled
The
like
energy
a
in the
Cambodian
air.
jungle. Like the killing fields. It smelled like the killing fields.
Like
right?
years of cum just built
Oh,
up.
yeah. And sadness.
Yeah,
And
years
fear.
of
And fear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just soaked in fear tears.
Yeah. So I take her up to the room.
Rape.
And that's what you give them $10. And
It
they
just
give,
smelled like rape.
Yeah, and they and they give you a towel, and in the towel is a condom and lube.
Okay.
Right, which is nice for
Yeah.
$10.
That is really
Nice
good.
little package.
Yeah, nice little package. We go upstairs.
You get to keep the towel.
No, I know you don't want to keep it. Right? there's stains on it. Discharge stains.
It still smells like cum after they clean it.
Yeah. So we get naked. I turn the lights off, right, and we're in bed now. And I put the condom on, and she's really cold. You know, I feel so bad saying this story.
Girls are always cold.
And so I stick it in. It's very tight, right?
Jesus.
And then the moon is shining through
Did you
a
use
little
the lube?
crack. No, the moon is shining through the window in a little crack.
Okay.
Right?
Very romantic.
Yeah, it's very romantic. yeah. And then her head turns, and the moon. I see her face,
Yeah.
and you can see tears coming down her face and snot bubbles, and she's
Jesus.
shaking. Okay.
So listen, bro. Again, I get it. This was like 25 years ago or something, but he already knows that that he knows what he's doing is wrong at this point. He knows that the girl probably isn't 18. He keeps saying, "Well, I didn't know. I didn't really know." He knows that she wasn't interested, and now we're at a point where this fucking person is crying. Like at the very least, I don't think it's unrealistic to say, guys, that he should stop. Right?
Okay. Why are you smiling, dude?
It's
fucking
It's
rude,
fucked
bro.
up,
It's
bro.
his
That could have been your sister.
It's
dude.
his sister.
Yeah. Right? And so I did what anyone else would do. I power fucked her. Right? Just so I can get it over with. Right?
Wait, so it was probably her first.
I don't know. I don't want to get into it. All right? I don't know.
No, let's get
Dear-
into it.
Dear Lord, I don't know what happened.
She was
okay?
standing against the wall like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
like
on.
that. Yeah.
And then she turned.
I mean, like, listen again, because I know he's framing it comedically, but I mean, like, how? You know? And it's unfortunate because I know people are just going to be like, "Oh no, it's a joke. It's a joke. Like everything's like a joke and shit." And it's like, bro, he's saying a real story through like a comedic lens. So it reduces the harshness of what he's saying, or at least that's what like is perceived as. But holy fuck, man, he just described getting into a situation where he like rapes an underage prostitute. Like at the very least, when she I mean, like if the fact that she doesn't look 18 and you know that she probably isn't 18, if that's not enough for you, stopping when she starts crying. I mean, like something, but like it's like, no, I want to give $10 worth. Oh, I had a power fucker and come because that was more important than like not raping a kid. It's just fucked up, bro. It's just not funny.
Yeah, maybe she was showing off her ass. Like, this is good shit.
She was crying and snot.
Maybe
bubbles.
she wasn't even a hooker. Maybe she was like waiting for her mom.
She had night school.
Maybe she'd never seen an Asian before. Maybe she'd never seen an Asian before.
My agents are calling me right now.
No.
They know.
Yeah, that's another point. Like, how could you even stay hard when you know? Like, this I know sounds crazy, but how do you even like stay erect with like a fucking person is crying? Like, that's actually unhinged. There's no video. I already mentioned that at the beginning of this.
Critter, take his phone away
Okay,
from him.
they know.
Okay.
So you're like,
power fucked
so you're
her?
like, I need to get this over with quick. I don't want to see her cry, and you jackhammered her.
Okay, I'm sweating right now. Listen to me. Can I just say this, though, just to reiterate, right, where I am in life?
Yeah.
Okay? And number one, it's not like I feel good about it. I
No,
don't feel
we
good
can
about the
tell.
situation.
Yeah.
You know, I feel good about it. And
Oh,
you,
well, I
you know
wonder
what?
how
In
she
part two
feels.
of the story, if you listen on, God gets his revenge.
Okay.
On who? On you?
Me. God, there's the God's revenge. That's why the second story needs
Did
to
you
happen.
get raped?
No, something crazier.
Whoa, I don't.
What?
Oh, yeah. So,
Usually, when people talk about punishment, it's like rape, and then they're like rape or murder.
Yeah.
no,
So if
mine
it's-
was like,
And you're alive, so
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Okay.
The Marines got you.
They saved me, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, they're a part of it.
Oh, so it was like immediate.
Can I just finish the story? So you don't want to talk about Godfather 2. Godfather 1's not done yet.
So she looks about 15, and you're
No, she's about 18 years old. Okay, guys. Anyway,
she's 18.
I don't know how old she is. Okay, guys.
She's 18, and she looks 15, and you're 22, and your dick looks 15.
Yeah.
Keep going. This is gonna get good.
So I power fuck her, right? And then I just don't even say goodbye. I just put my clothes back down. I already paid her.
You ran out of there.
And ran out of there. And I
How
started-
much?
$60.
Nice.
Okay. Great.
So 2 weeks later, on a Wednesday, the same thing happened. They go, hey, you want to go to the
Wait,
Tijuana?
we're still in part
What?
1 right now?
No,
Or-
part 1's over.
oh, we're going to part 2.
Part 2's
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Wait, it
awesome.
happens
All right, part
again?
2 now.
No
okay?
cliffhanger. Going right into part 2.
Yeah.
Juggernaut story.
Right. So part 2 is this. The guys at work are, hey, we're gonna go to Tijuana. I go, I'm not gonna go. Right. And they go, all right. Well, I guess we're not gonna go either. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think it's wrong. They go, okay.
Wait, you were like the leader. They would only go if you went?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I go, okay. But I actually wanted to go by myself.
Jesus Christ.
I wanted to go myself to find her again.
Why?
Natalie Portman. Right. I have my hunt for Natalie
Circle the
Portman.
professional.
Right.
You couldn't stop thinking about her.
Yeah, I
whole
couldn't
week.
stop thinking about her. So I go to Hooker Alley, and there's no one there. There was a raid.
Oh.
Okay, there was some sort of weird raid.
An afternoon by yourself, you're deviant. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. You definitely don't see the younger crowd doing
Right.
that.
So 22,
I can't-
Wednesday.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. This story could ruin my career.
Shut up.
All right. So that was the end of like the bit that we saw. That's all I was able to find. Maybe there's a little bit more. But listen, man, like I don't think that there's like any way to justify at all what we just heard. I understand that it happened like 20 something years ago, but this is somebody he clearly thinks isn't like an adult. I know he's sorry about it. It sounds like, but Jesus, man, like, you found a prostitute that was underage, and you slept with her, and you knew she was underage, and then she starts crying, and so you just like finish. I just think it's gross.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.